6:40. And at this point, I'd like to open this up for introductions before we go into nominating a chairperson, if that's good with everyone. Does that sound good for everyone?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I'm going to go from the top of the list. Gabe from Brandon.
Oh, I'm here.
There he is.
We have a few new people here. If you can kind of briefly talk about yourself and let people get to know
I'm Gabe. I'm from Brandon.
There you go. Hey, good job.
I love you, man. Next one from Castleton is Robert Spalding.
I'm Bob Spalding. I'm from Bombazine, not Castleton, but yes, Castleton. That's a little.
When I first met you, you were very insistent of that. You haven't changed.
I have not changed, and I will not change.
I want to find out where the town hall is of Bombazine.
It is in Bombazine. The town hall's in Bombazine, not Castleton.
We're not gonna change
Actually,
it.
it is.
It is.
It is.
I know for that fact.
It's in the
It's on Route 30.
It's in the postal zone, not the
Yeah.
municipality.
Hamlet of
Yeah.
Next one is Dave Potter's not here. Danby Steve Haynes could make it. Hubbardton is Rick Grabowski.
I'm Rick Grabowski, and I'm from Hubbardton.
See what
We just
Dave's
well
done?
go right around and say, just introduce yourselves, just go, introduce him, go ahead.
Next one is from Killington, Jay Hickory. Is Jay online?
See online?
He was.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Okay.
Mendon is vacant. Mount Holly, Chad Farrar. Chad can't make it because he works on the road crew and he's going to be doing a lot.
Well, he's
of
gonna be
road
busy tonight.
Yeah.
Next one, Mount Tabor's kind of inactive. Pittsford, Nancy is not here, but Bill Drummond is here.
I'm here.
Okay. Ian, I don't see Ian from Pittsfield. Paul Donaldson is trying to get on. So we may expect him to join us momentarily. Next is is Carrie Doherty. Covey.
Carrie Covey.
Covey,
I
sorry.
haven't been Carrie Doherty for years.
I'm gonna cross that out. I gotta cross that on the email. It's just, I don't know why it didn't get done on this.
Because my email does still say Doherty.
I know, yeah.
That's why.
You're officially Carrie Covey. She's from Proctor. Next is Rutland City. We have
Billy Gillum.
Billy Gillum, Alderman, and we have,
Ethan Pepin, here from Rutland City, so.
awesome. Next is West
Who
Rutland.
else from Rutland City? I couldn't hear it.
Bill Gillum and Ethan Pepin.
Ethan's waving at you now.
You see Ethan? When you move, when you go around and move, it picks up the last three people that talk, or, as you can see.
Just like Bill did. Like you just did.
Yeah.
I opened my mouth there.
See, you just opened your
Oh,
mouth.
God, sorry, Ethan, I just whipped you up.
But they can see the panoramic room up on top.
Oh, okay, okay.
So everyone's in view. Next, you talked to Chet Wallingford, Bruce Dobbins, I thought was going to make it. Next, Wells, Fran, they've been inactive also. So we have enough people for a quorum, and we all know each other now. So I'll entertain nominations for chairman. Any nominations for chairman?
Would you like the chair, Bill?
I'll chair.
There we go.
I don't have a problem chairing.
I can't nominate myself.
Well, I was gonna nominate you, that's why I asked if you would be feel.
Oh, yeah, well-
I'll nominate Bill Gillum. I'll second it. I'll go ahead. Okay.
Okay,
Does Carrie want to be nominated?
she did get,
She tossed her hat in.
she tossed her hat in.
Okay.
We have a motion for Bill Gillum, and we have by Chet, and we have a second by Rob Buck for Bill. Any other?
Does Carrie, someone nominate her?
Carrie said that she.
would open the
she
nomination.
don't-
Oh, okay.
She don't get nominated. she won't
Right.
get-
Yeah,
Somebody's got nominated.
I'm good. I'm good.
Next time.
So we have a first and a second.
Next time.
Yeah. Make her
Well,
vice chair.
Mr. Gillum?
Make her vice chair.
What I'm gonna do here is, try by yay and nay. All those that say yay. Everyone, okay, let's start at the top. Brandon?
Yay.
Castleton?
Yay.
Claren's not here, Danby's not here, Hubbardton?
Yay.
We have Ira's not here, Killington? Jay?
Yay.
Yay. Mount Holly is not here, Pittsford, sorry.
Pittsford, yes.
Pittsfield is not here. Pulteney is still not here. Proctor?
Yay.
Rutland City? Bill?
I don't know, should I abstain because there's,
Yeah, he doesn't even nominate yourself,
Yeah.
but he can.
Okay.
Ethan?
Yay.
Ethan,
West Rutland? You
Yes.
already made the motion.
Yeah, made the-
Bruce? Dobbins? Wallingford's not here, and Fran's not here. So I see a unanimous vote for Mr. Gillum for chairman. Any objections? I hear none. I call on the vote to Billy for chairman. Mr. Chairman, you have the floor.
so are we doing the e-board first or no?
Vice chair, then E-board?
Yeah, I can say.
We need a vice chair.
Yeah.
I
I'll
nominate Kerry Covey for vice chair.
Do I hear a second?
And I'll second it.
Any other nominations? If not, a motion to close the nominations in order?
I move we close the nominations.
Okay. And then there should be a motion to allow the secretary to cast a vote for vice chair for all of us. Unless you want a roll call vote?
Unless, I would suggest, it's up to you.
No,
There's a final answer.
I want to do what's,
Yeah, so you,
we'll do a roll call vote.
there you go. You can't go wrong with that.
Yep.
We have Brandon, Gabe.
Yay.
We have Castleton, Bob.
Yay.
Claren is not present, Danby's not present, Hubbardton, Rick.
Yay.
Ira's not present, Killington, Jay.
Yay.
Yay, okay. Mendon's not present, Mount Holly's not present, Mount Tabor's not present, Pittsford,
Yay.
Bill says yay. Pittsfield, Ann is not present, Pulteney is not present. Proctor is the nominee. Rutland City,
Recuse myself.
okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Chet,
Yes.
Bruce, from Wallingford is not here, Fran's not here. So it seems like unanimous.
So the motion is unanimous.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Vice Chair. Okay, now E-Board, we need 4, 3, 4. 4.
Excuse me, 5.
5.
The
So
the
2 are already on. So
chair
the
and
Vice and Vice Chair are already on.
And
So I
three
need 3 nominations from the floor. And nominations are now open.
I'll go on if you want. You got to nominate me now. I'll nominate Chet Brown to be on the E-board.
I'll second.
I'll nominate Bob. to be on.
Who get the second?
Chet's nominated.
Bill did the second
Bill,
on
yeah.
Chet.
I second Bob.
And you?
Yay?
I nominate William over here.
Oh,
Oh, I'll second that.
okay. Accept.
Weeman is an alternate?
Oh, he is.
I'm in,
He is an alternate.
Yeah, I can back off on that.
Oh, so we need primaries.
Primaries first, I think.
Yeah. We got a bunch that's not here.
I'll nominate Gabe.
That's a good
There
idea.
you go.
Yeah, I forgot about
Gabe?
Are you willing, Gabe?
I'll
Gabe?
second that. I'll second it.
Gabe?
Gabe's been here a while. He understands what's going on.
Yep.
I've been there for a minute, it's true.
Any other nominations from the floor? If not, motion to close the nominations.
So moved.
Here a
Second.
second? Okay. So what's the 3 candidates now is Gabe,
Bob.
Bob,
Bob.
And.
Chet.
Chet. Okay. Call the roll. Call the roll.
Do all 3 at once.
You wanna
All
do
three of us, yeah.
Okay.
All three of
Because there's only three.
Right.
Three
Let's
openings,
do-
three
We're
openings.
gonna be doing the roll for all three.
Yep.
If there's a discrepancy, let me know.
Yep.
Brandon,
Aye.
Oh, he's-
All three.
He's one of them, so.
Oh, he can, because he's gonna have to
you
vote
can
for all
vote for the
three.
other two
Robert's
also,
rule says
right,
you can vote for
right.
yourself and you can nominate yourself.
So, right, you can vote for the other two, so.
Castleton,
Yay.
Robert Spalding says yay. Clarendon, Dave Potter's not here, Danby's not here. Hubbardton, Rick.
Yay.
Ira's not here. Killington, Jay.
Right.
Jay says yay. Chad from Mount Holly's not here. Mount Tabor's not here. Pitts Ford,
Yay.
yay. Pittsfield, not here. Pulteney, not here. Proctor.
Yay.
Carrie says yay. Rutland City, Bill Gillum.
Yay.
Ethan Pepin.
Yay.
Chet Brown.
Yes.
Bruce Dobbins is not here. Wells is not here. It is unanimous.
Okay.
I don't know if Chad's on the fire department for Mount Holly, but if he is, he's busy right now.
He called me. He's not, yeah, he's doing.
There's an illegal burn going on.
Yeah, they
Oh.
call
And he's a road guy too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got double
With
double
wind,
duty.
Pardon?
with wind.
Yeah.
This is
Of all
his
days
first,
to be burning.
Yeah.
I think this is his first meeting we missed since he's gone on. Last year.
Pretty good.
And it's an illegal burn. too.
My head on top of that.
Yeah.
We're getting to know each other a lot here.
They should fine him.
Okay, so we need approval of the minutes of March 6th. I'll accept a motion from the floor.
Motion.
1-3 still hasn't been done because we didn't have a quorum and,
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we'll do it in order.
January 3rd.
January 3rd, take a motion from the floor to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any debate? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I better recuse myself because I wasn't here for those minutes.
That's okay.
Is it okay?
That's
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Let the record show that, because he wasn't here for that. Okay, and then I need a motion on the floor for March the 6th, accepting the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any debate? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Again, I'm going to recuse myself.
Okay,
Yeah, I have to join, because I wasn't here.
Okay.
oh, here it is. I'm looking for the agenda. It's right here on the top.
I was gonna,
I got it. Okay, what's this on the representatives forms? Oh yeah, those are written here. I will fill out for Ethan and myself and have the president sign them.
thank you.
So we'll get those done this week. Who else needs one?
Actually, we're doing better than most. We need Ira. We need Killington.
Well, Ira doesn't have a representative right now.
So
Right,
that's why we need one.
so we're going to have to
Killington,
wait till they put one on.
Mendon. We may not have one for Mendon. I did talk to the town administrator there, and they're short of supply, but they're gonna be looking. Mount Holly, we're still waiting for. Pittsford, we're still waiting for. Pittsfield, we're still waiting for.
Pittsford, you're waiting for?
Pittsford. Maybe I got that in today, sorry. I think, yes, I did. I got that. We're good. Pulteney and Wells, I'm hearing that we may not get someone on the way because they're short too.
Well, we just had the election, so that's probably why we're,
It usually takes a
a month or so, yeah.
Definitely before the next meeting, people get it in. But just as another follow-up, if your name come up, if there's anything I could do to help to get that form in, I'm here. I'll try.
Okay, item 5, outreach transfer station updates.
Brianna's on vacation. She's
Oh, that's a
down-
nice place to be.
She's down,
She on an island somewhere, I hope?
she was visiting Mickey Mouse and all her friends.
Oh, good, she's in warm weather.
And warm weather, and Desner, I thought, would log on, but I guess she, you know,
Okay.
Desner is a new outreach person, Desner Jenkins. And she, if you are in the academia world, you'll see that she's a retired teacher that can't stay home. Just similar to, I tried to retire, it's just difficult. I get antsy. She's I guess, jumping in there, looking at some parades coming up. We're looking to get into the 3 parades that we did last year. There's a bunch of stuff that's happening in the city. There's Green Up Day, she's jumping into that, taking a whole bunch of trainings and getting the speed up on what trash, recycling, and all that it is. Very, very engaged. It's reaching out to beyond her, with her peers in other districts and schools, which is something that we have a lot of hope for. We've had challenges getting into the schools, and I think this would be something we may be successful this time. But each month, the board decided last year to invite the outreach coordinator and the program manager to have a 5-minute block to talk about updates that are happening under their purview. And if that's something, I'm thinking you may want that to continue. If you don't, let me know. I know everyone is, I've had a lot of suggestions, nice suggestions, to try to make this as speedy as possible and make sure that just the business is done. I think we've been pretty successful, so I'll end on that.
And just so you need to know what's going, every town has their own Green Up program.
They have their own coordinators.
And Rutland City is in, working with Subaru, because that's where the container is.
Yeah.
So all the volunteers break our stuff down to, actually it's in Rutland Town, to a dumpster there.
Do you know who the Rutland City coordinator it is?
I don't.
I have a call into the city treasurer clerk, and they're looking for who that person is.
I believe it's Casella and Green Mountain, or GE and the Rotary, but the Rotary's not doing it on Green Up Day. They're doing it this month.
Okay.
We do the bike paths.
Oh, okay.
We clean up all the bike paths
Okay.
in the city, and the back behind the plaza, which is the other path that goes toward underneath the River Street Bridge. So they do all that, and then the other organizations do all the main roads coming into the city,
That's
and then downtown.
I know it's a vigorous event, and a lot of people participate in it. Our history here is to help out with the coordinator and with Subaru, and to assist people bring stuff to where you're supposed to dump it, and getting the word out to the districts that, just all these districts are by themselves, but we kind of let them, have another sounding board. So, hey, we're talking here, we're talking there. We're not just living on an island. It makes it like a community event, across communities. Next month, we'll have, what we did last year is give out a little memo to the board saying, this is what we're doing. No changes that I'm expecting since I've been here. So whatever was done before I think is going to happen again.
Anything happen at the transfer station?
Nothing really big since when Brianna talked to you last
Except for that
month.
damn hole.
That damn hole is, we got the patchwork, and
I know, but it's all up again.
as I told
We
you,
did?
we did it on Friday, and they showed you a picture on Tuesday, and it was still there, and we got Wilkes looking at this thing, and he's gonna give us an estimate so we can
It really
patch
needs
up
to
these
be
crazy
done.
things, a little bit more beyond the cold patch stuff that, 3 trucks
Well,
go
Casella's
through it,
trucks over there, rip it all up
We
again.
all
The
know
plant
it's gonna
isn't
happen.
open yet for
Yeah.
the hot mix.
No, yeah, hopefully it opens up 2 weeks, but
I'm thinking it is, so, Steve knows we're looking for some prices, and I'm hoping we can be on the early list, because we were early in asking. And we don't want any issues with trucks or cars falling off our scale. We had an issue before I started where people would go up on a brush pile, and they would fall in the mud. And AAA was a frequent flyer to get people out of there. Last year, we put a whole bunch of good stone up there, which was under plastic, so there's like a dirt road, it's really nice, so it brings you all the way up to the brush pile, so no one's gonna get trapped in there. I haven't heard of anyone trapped since, and we're taking steps. That's it.
that's it for the transfer station, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, monthly financials, item 6. Those are in your packet.
Page 14 of the packet.
Just so the new members know who you are, Oh, I'm Greg Giles, I'm the treasurer of the district, I've been here since, toward the end of 2019. So on page 14 of the packet, we've got the statement of revenues and expenditures for the general fund as of February 29th. You see that revenues are at $382,533, which is up about $112,000 from the prior year. On the next page, expenditures right now are at $339,913.31, which is up about $22,000 from last year. Gives us total excess revenues over expenditures as of February 29 was $42,620.16. The next page is the balance sheet for the general fund. Total assets right now are about $1.2 million. One thing I want to point out on the next page, we briefly kind of mentioned this at the last meeting, but we didn't have it in the packet. But we've broken out the accrued capital improvement plan projects into individual accounts, basically. Those are individual line items, right?
Yeah, individual line items, so they track with the capital.
We're on
improvement
page
plan.
17.
So on page 17, you can see where each of those projects are at in terms of what we've set aside for funding. So we've basically expensed those amounts towards each of those projects so far. So that's what's sitting there to go towards those individual projects at this point in time. Next page, page 18, is the income statement for the MERV. It's basically just the lease on the building next door. That's the lion's share of the income for that. Revenues are at $10,950, expenses are at $10,369, for net income of $550.98. And the next page is just the balance sheet for the MERV. Total assets of $1.278 million, total liabilities and capital is the same.
For the new members, the MERF is the building we're sitting in.
Financials, I did want to mention, we're still working on moving around excess cash, as we've been discussing on a few previous meetings. I figured it was probably going to get pushed out till April before we could really kind of move on this project, and that's where we're at now. Mark and I have been doing a lot of shopping around, basically. We've got appointments set up to have a few representatives from a few different banks come in.
Next
We
week?
got basically CDs and money markets in the 4 to 5% range for different terms, ranging from 6 months to 18 months to a couple of years, just so we can get everything under the FDIC protection limit, so we don't have any cash sitting out there at risk. So I suspect by the end of April, beginning of May, we'll have everything divvied out to different institutions so that we don't have more than 200,000 sitting at any single institution. Any questions on the financial aspect of it?
Yeah, real quick, what does C&D and HHW stand for?
C&D is construction and demolition, and HHW stands
Materials.
for hazardous household waste.
Thank you.
And then page 22 is the haulers account receivable update. Basically listing all the haulers down the left-hand column. Most are in good standing and report and pay on time, but we do have a few that have been, kind of a typical thorn in our side, but, we don't know what is owed because they haven't reported to us since, the most recent reports received. In the third column, you'll see the dates that their most recent reports were given to us. But we basically plug in estimates based on their prior histories. So for example, East Carding, last report we received was for the year end 2023. So with estimates for January, February, they owe about, $275 worth of surcharge and interest. East Coast, it was about $7,600 with surcharge and interest. Hutton's is still in the same predicament they've been in for a while. The amount they owe is still just that interest that accrued from when they did owe us a significant chunk. So that's just sitting there. Johnson hasn't reported to us in 2 years, 3 years actually. Jones is a couple months behind. With estimates, they owe about $165 worth of surcharge and interest. Martell owes about $16,350 with estimated surcharges and interest, and McCurriers owes approximately $6,180 with surcharges and interest. The others that are known, they're all good about paying, and just timing-wise, they haven't paid quite yet, so I'm not worried about any of those. That's all I've got.
Any questions? Why there's large balances in some of these projects that we had set aside? That was a move the board made, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago? That we actually put in the budget a capital line item. We actually put that money aside. So when it comes to do these projects, we have the money there and we're not bonding for it. We're gonna save money, lots of money. And we have a couple of projects coming up. We have the project, which you're gonna talk about, right?
We can talk a little
The
bit.
Murphy
Yep,
project
oh,
here.
Definitely, that's the hot one right now.
Yep.
Yep.
And then equipment, so we're buying equipment through that fund by cash payment. So that saves us a lot of money in bonding, so that is definitely the way to go these days.
Oh, definitely. I think we've been doing that capital fund since my first year here.
Right.
This is where it's really getting fine detailed, and we're itemizing each one of them. I think I see one there that should be $50,000 more. But we're gonna go back and try to tweak that so we have it accurate. So instead of having the capital plan from the budget all year round, you can take a look at the updated status.
Sure.
One thing also on the finances, as it relates to budget, and that's my concern as we move through this, is that at revenue times, we should be 17% of revenues and expenses. We're 15% of revenue, but we're also 13% of expenses. So revenue is above expenses by 42,620. So that's a good thing. When it goes the other way around, that's a problem. Next item would be manager's report on page 20. Item number one is hauler accounts receivable. Greg went into that with great detail. I think we're going to talk about that as we move through the next items. We referred a couple of the haulers that are most egregious on reporting and late, as Greg announced at least two of them. Some time ago, I brought this over a year now to the attorney to have some action taken. I've subsequently gave him updates at least 2 times on how much they owe, and there's still no action. I'm still waiting to hear from the attorney on what the next step is. I asked him to go forward, and it's kind of in limbo, I think. And what I would like to know is how the board feels about this. Should I reach out to the lawyer one more time, or should we look into another new counsel? Or there's a whole bunch of ideas I'm open to, but I know Carrie talked about this strongly in November, and I agree with Carrie on it. Oh no, what did she do?
What did she do?
I don't think she did. I think we lost everybody.
Oh no,
Yeah.
don't say that.
Yeah.
Okay, outage at
It's her giggle that kicked us out.
7:10.
Oh, come back up. There you go.
There we go.
There's our.
Of course, we lost all the other ones that were on there.
Yeah, that's just a preview of what we're seeing here. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Did you lose the internet?
nope.
We had some flickering of the lights there about a half an hour
I
ago.
didn't
Yeah.
want to say anything.
They've been flickering here.
They've been flickering? That means they're transferring juice from other places because somebody's losing power somewhere else.
They got 660 down
Already?
in Rutland County, 1,000 down in Bennington County. Oh, there's
Yeah, there's Jay.
Jay's on.
Paul's looking for a number. Oh, gee.
I don't have that with me.
Hey, Jay. Did you lose power or was that us?
He's muted. No, here comes Carrie.
Here comes Kerry back on.
Yeah.
Carrie has arrived.
Because you kicked us out again, Mark.
I said the same thing about you.
Stop kicking us out of the meeting, Mark.
Oh, I didn't do anything. My hands were over here.
It said session ended and just stopped.
Really?
This is the second time. I don't know what's going on.
Someone noticed the light flicker over
Mine
here.
did that once too at home.
But didn't want to jinx us.
When I was home.
Who we missing online?
Gabe is missing.
Yeah. Jay's here, Gabe's missing. Who else?
You know, Paul Donaldson is trying to get on.
Buddies.
Is it in his email?
Yeah, it's on the website.
It's right here on the thing. It's just,
Oh, it's on, oh, yeah.
Does everyone know if you lose your email, if you lose your pamphlet, you can go onto our website?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
usually in the calendar, or is an event, or you can go into board meetings and.
There's Eric.
who's there? That's the first time he's
Staff
been on.
member. Staff.
I don't know, Eric. That's the first time.
Staff. He's the one that works over here.
Oh, okay. He hadn't been on before. Maybe something.
We still have a quorum?
Oh, who did we lose?
Well,
Gabe?
Gabe's not here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's Gabe.
Let's see.
Hang on. He's like, I'm giving it a minute. I'm like, I'm back in.
I just texted him too.
Oh, we still have a quorum, it's just Gabe was gone.
Yeah.
Desna said that she had a problem getting in too.
Yeah, I've heard that there's a problem getting in. It took me a while.
Yeah.
I had to change browsers.
I
Oh, sometimes you have to get off the browser and come back in again.
Yeah, I just went to a different browser and it worked.
I had to go through Chrome. If I go through the Microsoft Edge, it messes
Oh,
up.
I don't go through, oh,
Edge messes
Microsoft
me
Edge.
up.
Edge is bad.
Yes. If people want to do the OneDrive and share files with me, it crashes. It all crashes. I can't open it.
So, do we need to go in executive session to talk about the haulers? About an attorney?
I think general direction
I
from what the board wants
I-
to happen would be.
thought we had already discussed that we were sending him a letter and that the
To
the
the,
lawyer was supposed to be helping formulate the letter. Isn't that where we left off?
That's
where-
correct.
That's where we left off, and this was back in months ago. And
I mean, honestly, my honest opinion is I think we need to look for a different counsel because we've spent 2 years. This packet has sat on my desk for 2 years. This is our ordinances, and we have not even started this. And now we have this, and this has been a year. So maybe they're too busy.
sure.
I know,
Well, no, he's sort of coming, he's retiring, so I think that he's slowing down. So I think we need to get another attorney within the firm, or we go to another firm altogether.
okay, so what I'm hearing is that the boards would like me to call counsel,
Counsel,
see what he wants to do.
one way or
If he
the
can
other.
do it, if he can act in it with a date provided reasonably, continue with him. If he's, for some reason, cannot do it, we'll know, and I'll notify the chair and the e-board on what path we're gonna go. If we need to get a new counsel, we have worked with a previous counsel that worked really well for us. There are other attorneys out there I can take a look at
I
too.
guess they are.
There's other districts have pretty good solid waste attorneys also. So if the one that we're using, who's been around since the district was created and has a lot of experience, if he's, we'll know after I talk to him.
Okay,
So I'll take that.
so you talk to them and then pull an e-board meeting together and we'll decide
Yep. Okay.
plan of action.
So that's on the two haulers. Is that on the, also on the ordinance court codifications and updates?
Yes, I think they go hand in hand.
They do. I gave, well, I wrote it down. And the next thing is the 2022 audit. Back in May, May, we were ready to rock and roll, and I thought I'd get this to you by September like in previous years. It's the same old thing. We've been, Greg's been asked the same documents, I think at least 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, they ask and we send them and then we'll get.
Who's the auditor?
Redundant request and we'll send them again.
PJ,
It's unusual.
yeah.
But the partner that's in charge of the audit just doesn't communicate with us, doesn't get back to us. You know, we just-
Maybe
we
it's
just
time to
let
talk
it
to
go.
the senior partner,
I-
because this is, I've already talked to our city treasurer, this is unusual, this is
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did have a conversation with the senior partner, and it's been indicated back in December that, but he asked me to wait till January, and I brought that to the board in January, that his company is no longer doing audits. And since then, I've been looking at requests for proposals for new auditors to do the 2023 audit. So, but these go hand in hand. We need to get a clean audit for 2022.
Yeah, because they can't do the 23 until this one's done.
Right.
So what I'd like to do is talk to the senior partner, see when we're gonna have a date certain when this is gonna get done. And I know it's tax time, so that's probably the latest delay problem. There's other municipalities that have audits, and they tended to be a little bit late, but nothing like this. So I'll reach out to the senior partner, see where we're standing, and follow through. We received a rough draft, but it had a whole bunch of,
Questions you have to,
yeah, that's the
Track
most,
down.
that's the most I've ever seen.
Okay.
In my career.
so that's another thing for the E-board to deal with.
Yep. And I have the request for proposal, so I'd like to send that out even before.
I think you should still send that out.
Okay, so I'll
You
have
need
that-
authorization for that?
Yeah, if the board would wish to move. that.
Motion to authorize the district manager to send out for proposals for the audit for 23.
So moved.
Do I hear a second? Any other debate?
I'll second.
Okay. Any other debate? If not, all in favor say aye,
Aye.
or raise your hand, either or. You okay with that, Jay?
You're on mute, Jay.
He's not raising his hand either, though.
Can you hear us, Jay?
Carrie, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, great.
You're okay with that motion? Just raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Gabe says he can't get back in.
Oh, man.
Do you want him to call me and I can put him on speakerphone?
Says your session has reached the maximum number of people for new attendees may only join as soon as space
Someone
becomes
said,
available.
that's what Paul said to me.
Yeah.
So you might have to make the room
I've
bigger.
never had that ever. Yeah, I'm calling Gabe.
We don't have a full house.
Oh,
Hey, Gabe, I get you on
Four's
speakerphone.
the number.
Eric joined in, so now no one else can get in.
I don't know why, Paul Donaldson said that there's a limited number of people. I've never had that in this.
when you program it, do you tell how many people?
No.
can-
So if you close the meeting, but,
Yeah.
bringing Chiefs back in, so.
Yeah,
I'm happy to stay on speaker.
okay,
Okay.
good.
Let me know if I need to say. yea or
Well,
nay.
just so you know where we are, the haulers with the attorney, Mark's going to deal with that, and which also deals with the ordinance and then the audit. Those will all go to the E-board once Mark meets with these people. And we also approved just now the authorized Mark to go get, submit for bids for the 23 audit. Proposal for bids. That's where we are. That's what we just did. Okay, number 5.
Number 5, some time ago, in January, a Casella manager approached me and requested that the district consider the leases that's indicated, the transportation and disposal agreement and the Casella lease agreement for the transfer station was provided to me, and I provided that to the lawyer at that very same time. with some suggestions. There was an item of maybe 20 items I had in there to consider. With, they used to be in old leases, but they weren't here, and there's things have changed, and I'd like it to get a little bit more colorful, with more detail as opposed to vagueness. And he hasn't got that back to me on that either. So we're in the same situation.
So just to clarify, this is in their hands now?
I gave-
Or that's our lawyer?
Counsel.
Their
Our
lawyer?
our lawyer.
Our lawyer.
Yep, their lawyer already seen it.
Okay, all right, so now it's in our court.
And
Okay,
I sent
gotcha.
it to the lawyer with suggestions that I made for him to consider, and I haven't
Okay.
heard anything from that either.
Okay, so you're counter-offering, and then we're waiting for them to respond.
Correct.
Gotcha.
I could also put this in the bundle as the number 2 and 3 above, and talk to the lawyer and see if he's able to do this, and I can get a timeline.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Now, one of our biggest projects, number 6 is one of our biggest projects.
Mark, you're going to have to back up, because some of these people don't know what that project is. You might want to give a little background on that
Yep.
first.
This project consists of material, the MRF, this is the structured property we have here right now. On this 4-acre property, almost 3 acres is impervious. EPA has this regulation that if you have over 3 acres of impervious surface, you have to go through an engineering study, and the engineers would have to run these engineering equations to see how the stormwater is mitigated, or if there's an issue with the stormwater. It was determined that we do need some work. For one reason, we didn't have a permit to dispose of the stormwater, or a valid permit for some time. So that got us caught up in trying to get grants for this. But we're here now, we've got the permit, and we have some money built up since I've been here through the capital plan to pay for this project to get done. This project consists of basically, on this site, there's like 9 septic systems that have to be installed. And what this is going to do, the water comes in, it gets filtered through like a rain garden type
Vegetation.
situation, and then it comes out and it's good. There's also a lot of grooving, or trying to get the dirt so the water comes off where the tracks are. It's one of the biggest areas where it has to come into, the water has to go into these things. So this project has been a process. Board initially got this with, when I first started, we had estimates coming in at much higher than you saw over here. And the board said, hey, and I said, hey, there's got to be better systems that are not this expensive. Engineer went back and found that there were facilities that were cheaper and just approved by the state to utilize these facilities, which are less expensive. So with that said, I think we saved some money. I know we saved some money, even though there's a little extra cash we had to pay for the engineering. So where we are right now, we talked about bid documents were available at the end of February. The pre-bid meeting happened on March 1st. And there were about 4 contractors, and there's a couple other contractors expressing concern or interest and had a lot of questions. Bids were due March 15th. We had 3 bidders that submitted their bids. And on this next page, you see Davenport Excavators LLC for a bid of $349,080. You have Giancola Construction Corp. with a bid of $401,770. And you had Makowski Excavating Inc. with a bid of $427,246.95. The low bidder goes to Davenport. This project will start when it dries out, essentially, and it will be done in September. Those are the things that it's in the contract. Ferguson, who supplies these units, are going to be on site to ensure that they're properly installed, and that's probably the lion's share of the project. The rest is grooving, making sure these facilities are piped into the main stormwater system that goes in the back. So there's gonna be some cuts in the road over here and some ditching to connect these facilities. And the good thing about it is this contract is able to work on Saturdays. So we can, you know, it's key that we stay open here, and that's gonna happen. So that's that. There's a whole bunch of details. If anyone wants to see what these facilities looks like or have the plans, I have these available for you if you want to come by and take a look at it. I've coordinated with Casella, because they're one of our tenants over here, and they're going to be impacted, or they have the potential for being impacted while this construction is happening. I don't think there will be an impact, because I'm hoping that most of the work is going to be done on Saturday, and we can adjust it. I'm going to be on site. The engineer is going to be available via cell phone, or if there's any issues, he's capable to respond if necessary. But this is relatively, you grading and you putting some pipe in. And that's that.
Mr. District Manager, is that your recommendation that we award this bid to Davenport Excavating?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This process, not to jump on anyone's toes, I would ideally like that to be confirmed, because we do have a new board. But there was a motion not too long ago for the manager to take care of this, administration. I don't want to jump on anyone's toes.
I don't want to step on your toes either.
I found that this person was by far, was a low bidder.
Who is this Davenport? Where are they from?
He's a company out of Pulteney.
Pulteney, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned that some of these prices are huge
Yeah.
difference, especially in mobilization. He doesn't think he has a lot of work to get the site ready and get his equipment here. 3,000 compared to 48 and 63.
Yeah, there's a breakdown like that in the following pages. If you take a look on page 26, it's a side-by-side comparison. And, you
He
know,
is a little higher in some areas, but
yeah. People do their way. Some people like to pile up on mob and demob. Some people like to.
yeah, they might put it in, I'm pretty sure they're covering it somewhere.
Profit.
More likely they are.
Sometimes it's a profit, and sometimes, you know, it's not. None of the bidders were unappropriate, I should say.
So they're all within 75,000
Yeah.
spread, which is pretty good, actually. You need a motion, sir?
I would like an affirmative motion for that, just for the record. So we're on
Okay,
the
I need a
same
motion to award the contract to Davenport Excavating LLC for $349,080.00.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Any other debate? If not, raise your hand or say aye.
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 I have a question.
Yes, question?
So I thought that we had said that maintenance or upkeep of these was going to be included in this. Didn't we say that? Wasn't there, that's supposed to be part of the contract, and I don't see that in here.
No, that's part of the general budget, and we're gonna be contracting with a local
Landscaper.
landscaping company. In the same one.
All right, so it's
we use already.
not going to be the person putting it in, it's going to be a landscaper.
Yeah, it's going to be a regular general landscaper.
And
Okay.
this landscape is familiar with it already too, so it should be seamless. This, if you ever go up to Brandon on Route 7,
Did we actually take that vote,
For what?
the one we just did?
You did.
Yeah.
We did,
They raised
okay.
their hand.
Okay, good, all right.
Yeah.
It passes.
Yeah, it passed, yeah.
All right, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
if you go up to Brandon on Route 7, and you see like the median strips and stuff like that, you'll see
On Park Street.
Parks, yeah, you'll see it. Same thing. Next item, I guess, in every first meeting, we do the conflict of interest policy. I ask that we all read that and get on the same page with that.
Is there a signature page that we need to do?
No, it's already approved. We have the executive board policy in there to show, especially those that are on the e-board now, take a look at that as we go forward. The past chairman and the chair, the e-board, had an open policy of when they're having a meeting, all members should be invited. They wouldn't be voters, but just to have an extra ear. So if we're talking about like doing our ordinances, sometimes more ears and eyes are better than just a few. Not to make it disruptive or anything like that, but just to have a process. We did really well on our personnel policies, just the process to get there. It was very efficient, and the e-board worked really hard on that. I thought, geez, it was going to spread out to several months. They dug in like champs, and it was done. Got it passed by the lawyer, and had something ready. But I don't know, if that's up to the e-board now, if you want us to open that thing to all the members when we have board meetings, unless it's executive session, or I don't know how you want to work with that, but think about it.
Well, when we deal with picking lawyers and all that stuff, we need to go in executive
Yeah,
session
so-
to discuss it, yeah.
I think for administrative things. that's a little-
Administration thing now.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. And we had there was an old Board of Supervisors job description in there that was pre-me. And I saw one that was a little bit later, and it goes into a lot more tasks that you guys do. I wasn't able to find that in short notice, but I think that gives you the general, just overview, big picture of what it is. And we have the next thing, which is the organizational chart. You can take a look at the last two pages. On page 35, we have the approved one that was approved on January 8th, 2020. And it's still going right now. Some of the titles have evolved because we did the job descriptions a little bit after that with a more descriptive, clearer, precise title that goes along with the duties. And if you take a look at in here, the next page is, look at the box where it says transfer stations, because that's where you're going to see the change. In the next one, let me back place this. When we did this last year's budget, we put in the budget for an extra person to be at the transfer station, to have a transfer station lead person. This is someone that's going to be able to oversee tasks and coordinate with the program manager some things when she can't be up there, because she too has a very extensive administrative responsibility too. This is not to say that she's not going to be up there. This is going to be for that person to be able to make sure that things work correctly on a more efficient basis. This would also allow for staff to take vacations, staff to go into trainings. That was something that has been discussed ever since I've been here. Training, make sure, that was something that was added to my job description. Make sure that I have training and I train my staff. This was pursuant to not the best conditions of this discovery, but it was, nothing came to it when we were able to fix that correctly. Hazardous waste is a big responsibility. It is not trash, it is not recycling. It is the most worst stuff, if that's a word, that we're handling. It is training that we have to have, from respirator to OSHA training, transportation training, RCRA training, all these codes and how we report all our reports for being taxed for the state. And you're required to have these training documents when they come down. So we've got to keep that up to speed, and vacations and people that want time with their families. This would help us not run low or diminish service to the community. So I guess what I'm asking is that we plan this, we budget it. This would be the next step to say that we still want this and to look forward to getting this lead person.
I don't understand where the extra person is, because I still see 6 full-time and 2 part-time on both of these copies.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I see.
The 2 part-timers, we only have 1 part-time. We've always only had 1 part-time person. But
If you read your chart,
yep.
both of them say, you said 6 full-time employees plus 2 part-time.
Well, the first one
So
says
one of them
5.
5 plus 2.
5 plus 2, and the other, this one says 6
Well,
plus 2.
It says 6 full-time, greater than 5 plus 2 part-time, and then it says 6 full-time plus 2 part-time.
Well, whatever we got one extra person no matter what we look at here. Because this one's 7 and this one's 8.
Yeah, there's 7 listed on the second page, yeah.
Okay, that number in the first page is a typo that's been lasting from 2020. So,
And that last one, transfer station assistant, you got 2 part-times down.
yeah. This-
Yeah, right
We have had two part-timers,
Yeah.
but at rare occasions, they've overlapped.
They both have 2 part-times.
Right now, we have 1 part-time functioning. At one point, we had 2. One of the part-timers retired. And at the point where the part-timers, I think, are valuable, especially if we lose or transition a staff person, a part-timer could be easier to get in lieu of a full-time. I wouldn't ever have them do 2 full-times and a full load of full-timers. That would be crazy. So this extra part-time is just to say that we have a part-timer that helps out in one area of the thing and one that can help on the other one if we didn't have a full-time.
I know this is gonna sound crazy,
Nope,
but
nope,
the attendant and the assistant are one and the same?
nope. The attendant,
Okay, so the second one has
The attendant-
actually 8 people, 9 people. 6 and 2 is 8, and 2 is 10, actually 10
one,
people.
two,
There's a transfer station assistant, 2 part-time.
6. We have 6 full-time. We have the first 6 on the second page. This is a new proposal.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm,
No,
maybe
no,
I'm
no,
looking
no.
at it wrong.
That's the title is, generalist 2. We have
Okay.
generalist 1, like,
Transfer station assistant,
Number
2
1.
part-time.
Yep, assistants are part-times, and they help out with the
Yep.
recycling, or they help out with the scale, or they can help out other things like maintenance and so forth. These
Okay.
people are generalists, and they can, you know.
But they can't do home hazardous waste.
Unless they have the specific training. And
Unless they have
that's
the
one
training.
of, that's one of the subjects that came up also is the hazardous waste depot. Right now, we're having the rover runs happening, actually this Saturday, Castleton and West Rutland are going to have their rover runs this week. And we do that on the Saturdays throughout the spring, summer, and fall. We have some times off where it's popular for holidays for staff and other things that we need to do too. But we have 32 of those events.
And those are staffed with 2
Correct.
on each event.
Correct.
So that leaves Gleason Road.
We wouldn't be doing HHW during those times. But when they don't have it, it's open from 7 to 3, Monday through Friday.
Staffed
Actually,
by at
seven-
least 1.
Monday
Staffed
through,
by at least 1.
when they, well, yeah, and they need an extra person there too, because you need 2 people when you do it. But if it's, right now, it's been working with appointments, and we know what they're bringing, and if it's a few things, that we have that person on hand to help out. It's 32 events is by far the majority of anything around this region. I think the next town has like 7, which is Chittenden, or is it 5? Rover events.
So HHW still isn't open all the time, like we asked it to be.
It's open by appointment right now.
Why? Because we asked it to be full-time months ago, so why is it still by appointment?
We were going to get the staff there first, so we can do that, and that's what this is, to get the staff there so we can do that.
Well, your organizational chart really has nothing to do with getting staff.
It does, it tells you how much staff you have and what they do.
I think.
So how much longer are we going to be not open full-time? Because it's already been at least 4 months.
It's open now,
Enough people up there.
it's only a few people using it. It's not full every day. It's, some days you have no days. This is our slow season though. Sometimes you have 2 appointments, sometimes you have 3. And
You're not answering my question.
when are we gonna get that?
It's been 4 months, and we asked it to be open full-time, and it is still only open by appointment. So I'm asking you, when will it be open full-time? Because it should have already happened.
When we talked about it 4 months ago, we talked about when can it be open? And I suggested adding 2 extra staff, and we budgeted that. And then once we get these staff, following that conversation, when would it be open 4 months ago is when we have the staff, we can have 2 people there.
When are you going to advertise to get the staff to do that, Mark?
When we get this approved? After we get this approved.
So you needed the organizational chart to approve hiring 2 people to have HHW open full-time. Is that what you're trying to tell
The
me?
organizational chart indicates the staff that you're allowed. You know, if I don't have,
Mark, it's a piece of paper.
it's a plan.
We already told you to do this 4 months ago.
I didn't hear that like that. I thought it was consistent with the conversation of having staff to do it. And if that's not the case, I misinterpreted it.
You still got to
There
train.
was,
We have to get training done too.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get them trained and before you can't just take 2 people up there and stick them there and say, yeah, they're there.
I understand all that, but this was 4 months ago, and it's still, there's nobody hired yet
I have,
because he's talking about an organizational chart. He did not need an organizational chart to do this. So how much longer will it be? When are you going to start advertising to hire employees to open this up full-time? What are we looking at?
I could get the job description done and start hiring.
But we have to approve this.
2 months?
We have to get them trained. I think 2 months is reasonable. That's not unreasonable.
Okay. Okay.
There's another tip of the coin here, too, is a day-to-day process. If we have these 2 people designated for HHW, and say no one shows up for the day, we're gonna have 2 people sitting there doing nothing. That's not too efficient. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but possibly. And right now, I'm seeing we have like 3 or 4 appointments once in a while.
Can existing staff be trained on HHW procedures? So that in the event we can maintain that facility to accept HHW 5 days a week without appointments.
I think we have staff that are trained, and if we rearrange things a little bit, is to tell Carrie that we can get this done in 2 months. So it's not so much to train it, it's to get the other person that's doing the generalist stuff, to make sure everything's right, someone's getting their lunch break, someone's out sick, someone's on vacation. He's the fill-in right now. So we need another lead person that's gonna be a little bit more identified as the lead person.
So,
I
Mark,
don't have anyone that wants to be overseeing people or anything like that.
I'm really confused because we didn't have more people and HHW was open full-time before COVID, and now you're saying it can't be open full-time without 2 more people.
Yeah.
I really am confused by that.
Well, before COVID, and when I first started here, on January 19th, 2019, the district experienced a inspection.
Yeah, we were under some serious violations.
There were things that people were showing up and the attendant wasn't able to handle it. Things were left over here, things were over here, and there's a whole litany of things that didn't get done.
You got fined $35,000 too at one point.
Well, that's what
there.
we settled on.
Right.
That's what
No,
we said.
but I'm just saying, something wasn't done right at that
So
time.
that's why we got to make sure our people are trained to the state of Vermont standards.
And you don't have people just piling in.
Right.
You don't see that happen at a Rover event. You see them in line in their vehicles, and you see 2 people handling the situation in a safe way.
On the off-site stuff.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Is it too much to ask that we have all our employees up there, whether you have 5, 6, 7, 8? Can they all get trained in household hazardous waste? So if the household hazardous waste guy isn't there that day, this guy can fill in. I mean, does it take an act of Congress to get them all trained?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It'd be a good idea, though.
Because once you take a person out for training, that place will have to close. We've been trying to work on that and trying to do that, but We don't close the transfer station any days. There are districts that do close the programs, but we have Casella up there, and we don't have that flexibility to close, to do trainings. So it has to be one person or maybe two people, and then one of us, me or Brianna, would help out at the scales or do something else to help so they can get training done. It's not so easy. So this extra person.
So we gotta set some time aside so they can get trained. But also
Yeah.
gotta cover their position while they're being trained.
That's right. So that's what this person will do. Plus, we have enough people trained to do this. We have 4 people that can do HHW. That includes Brianna and myself, and 2 people that have been up to speed. And if we want.
That includes you two, or 4 plus you?
That includes me,
Oh, okay, that's not enough.
yeah.
Does the training include a certification?
Well, it includes a 40-hour week that you have to go to training. And then every year you have to take a HAZWAPA course, a worker course, and you have to keep on doing that every year.
So it's like a certification?
Every
You
year.
get recertified every year?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna get worse
Because
if
you
the
gotta stay up
legislature
with the
stays here.
latest and the greatest
You have to have now.
of poisons.
People that have CPR. We have 3 people up there that has CPR. We have to have the face mask tested.
Oh, yeah, your respirators.
So that has to be by a medical person to get that done. And it's just a lot of things. It's not trash, it's not recycling. It's the most worst things you have to have. And we are a large generator. That's the largest category of all hazardous waste depots in the state. So we have to do an emergency plan. People have to be trained in this emergency plan. If a staff person changes, we have to redo the whole plan, and we have to notify everyone in writing, and they have to send back saying, hey, we received this, we know about it, work with the chief, with the police chief, and all the other people that has what, NAP team, the fire inspection.
You gotta get our, community emergency management guy involved,
Yes, yes,
because we're the municipality, and it's in our municipality,
yes. I've been working with
the chief.
the chief, I've been working with the regional planning district. There's something that's coming up in our new SWIP that we need to coordinate with each and every town, and each and every town has to have a location such that they have a debris plan. Where are you gonna bring the debris if trees fall? What are you gonna do if you have C and D, what if a house blows down? Where are you gonna bring it? Usually it's a transfer station, but if you don't even have a transfer station, that's what A&R is working with, the emergency.
So if we have a tornado like we're seeing all over the place, where are you putting all that debris?
Yeah. You know, we
That's
can-
a lot of stuff.
We can support you, but what is it, we don't want to step on what the towns already have. Let's build upon it and make it better. So we're going to see more of that before the end of this fiscal year.
The trees, shouldn't they be shredding them and using them for fuel?
Maybe.
Because, I mean, what is it, Middlebury College, they're using the lumber mill, would make the pellet, where they make the pellets.
Oh, great.
They're shedding, they'd bring the trees down there, and they'd have a chipper right there, just blowing them right in the back of the
Someone needs to
trailers.
talk to Green Mountain and the State of Vermont Transportation Department. They're leaving them on the side of the road.
That's what.
All up in Route 100, they're all sitting there.
Or even have some sort of a mobile unit go through.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they got chippers now that just eat trees like,
No matter how big they are, right?
just about, yeah.
And they're grinding the
Right.
chips and they're leaving them on the banks.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
I mean, that's good mulch, it'll rot eventually, but I mean, for a real good cleanup. And also, to help with this cleaning up of the air, lower the field, Middlebury College and who else is using wood chips?
Burlington.
They use it for
Burlington
generating
Electric.
electricity.
We bring some things up there. We're going to be doing a wood chip
I mean,
and
there's-
this year, and
There's a lot of trees lately.
Oh, you just lost them
Down
again.
Next,
Yeah, been too long.
what the heck?
Is that what it does it?
What?
Okay.
time's up.
Yeah, to get time, you only got so much time on them.
No, we're
Really,
paying
usually
for
it's 2
this.
hours, yeah.
Well, most of them, they lock off in an hour.
No, we can't do that. It's never done that before.
I've got, well, that's when you lose me, that's when over my way, I get
Was he-
knocked off, boom.
Oh,
You think it's because of power going all over the place?
Could be tonight, could be tonight.
but I think we covered everything.
Well, you want approval on this
Yeah.
supervisor
Yeah,
chart?
yep,
Because we haven't done this since 2020.
yep. But,
You gonna wait for these people to come on?
um,
Is Gab still there?
Gabe's not.
Gabe?
Gabe, are you still here? Gabe?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Are we sleeping on us?
Gabe's a good multitasker.
Okay.
I do many things.
Yes, sir.
So we lost our quorum.
Did we?
Who was Carrie, Jay, and who else?
Carrie and Jay.
Who else was on there?
Evan.
There was an employee who joined.
Oh, that was Eric.
Third person.
Yeah.
Eric,
He doesn't vote. Someone's texting me.
I bet it's Carrie.
It ended.
And then, that's what I saw, he went over the time.
You are out of time.
Yep. And they just.
Session
Hey,
ended.
can you call Carrie and put her on speaker? Someone?
I don't have phone.
Do you have Carrie? Bill?
Do I have Carrie?
Yeah,
Phone?
yeah.
I
we
don't
can-
think so. Let me look. I probably should know.
We've got Gabe, right?
Yeah.
We've got Bob's for all things, that's 29.
You got her number up there on my
Still
phone.
got Rick. We don't have Jay.
We don't have Jay, and we don't have Carrie's, the two we lost.
We still got Bill. Did Paul Donaldson ever get on? No.
Nope.
All right, so we named down one.
Do you have Carrie's phone number?
Nope.
Okay. Anybody have Carrie's phone number? I'll call him.
No, actually, we're at 177.
We're good? Okay, we're
Good.
still good.
Still
Just
good.
barely. You're good.
Okay, so we're good.
We'll just make a motion to accept it.
The revised,
The revised chart is written?
The organizational chart?
Yes.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any more debate?
Should we have the date in there too?
Oh, yeah.
In the-
As of today.
As
April
of
3rd, 2023.
Yeah, that way we can go back to it and make sure it's only not 4 months or 6 months, or
I'll print that on a new one and
put the date on
give
it.
it, I'll put it in the next packet approved on this date.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays, raise your hand. You're not in there, okay?
Yeah, it was on.
All right, so number 8, oh, that's it on your comments?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 8, public comment. Anybody from the public? Obviously, no one from the public is here.
Yeah.
So there's none present? Any other issues to come up?
Two quick ones.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We're working with the city of Rutland to get a long-term lease. I'm very happy to have a new...
That process already started.
Yeah, and also HR acquired, we're wrapping up all the things that were asked for, minus like the personnel policy. I'd like to ask her to come in next month to talk about how much we've completed.
And then the new people will know
Yep.
Yeah,
that we have an HR person,
yeah, so,
contractor, I should say.
Teresa Manley.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, we made some progress on that, in spite of all the busyness with audit persons. That completes my report.
Anything else?
Nope.
Anything in executive session? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. If not, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.